அடபோச்சே.
ஹாய்டா.
ஹாய், தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் நாட் சேயிங் மச்சி திஸ் வீக். வாரம் அந்த மச்சே 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 கேட்டு எனக்கே காது வலி கொண்டா.
இவன் தான் ரெக்கார்டிங் முன்னாடி ரிக்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண
மங்களகரமா இருக்கு.
அதான் சொல்றேன், காஃபி இன்னும் என் மூளைக்கு போல
அசம்ப்ஷன் வந்து மூளை ஒன்று இருக்குன்னு அசியூம் பண்ணி பேசுறேன்.
கண்டிப்பா இருக்கு. ஹியூமன்ஸ் cannot function without a brain. It's all science.
So we hope you've had a good week and we hope that
சீரியஸ்லி நீங்களாம் நல்லா இருக்கீங்கன்னு நம்ம நம்புறோம்.
நீ நல்லா இருக்க என்ன பண்ணுவேன், நல்லா இல்லைன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவேன்.
ஸோ வெல்கம் பேக் டு another episode நேயர்களே. இந்த வாரம் வந்து we have another special guest. அவங்க மீனமா சீரீஸ் பார்த்து இட்ஸ் லைக் ஐ laughed my stomach out. It's very funny actually. And not only that, இப்போ வந்து அவங்க ஒரு budding actress வேறு. So it's our honor to have you, Sakthi.
வணக்கம்.
Vanakkam. Thank you so much for the amazing introduction. I never knew Meenamma actually made an impact though. But I'm happy.
It was
made
funny.
an impact. He laughed his stomach out.
Yes. Yeah, that
Really? Wow.
That is the whole point.
Right. Oh my God. Okay. So Meenamma is going to make a comeback then.
Oh, nice.
Very soon. Very soon. Yes.
Yeah, வயிறு மறுபடியும் வெளியே வர so that's
100%.
very good.
Yeah.
I mean வயிறு வெளியே இருக்கு. But anyways, yes, welcome to the show, Sakthi.
Thank you so much for having
the
me.
time to join us. So basically நான் நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து உங்களை டிக்டாக் மூலமாக தெரியும். ஸோ உங்கள் டிக்டாக் அடிக்கடி போஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கிற இந்த வேறு கான்டென்ட் வேறு டிப்ஸ் அட்வைஸ் உங்களோட பர்சனல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சஸ் எல்லாம் ஷேர் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ what made you first like start on TikTok?
I started, so நான் டிக்டாக் முன்னாடியே வந்து நான் ஸ்னாப்சாட்ல எல்லாமே நான் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு. Okay. This is like when I was 17 years old, right, almost 5 to 6 years ago la.
Okay.
Then my friends in school told me, அப்ப வந்து நான் JC படிச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன். So my friends then they told me, Sakthi, அப்ப வந்து TikTok was called Musical.ly. Right? So appa my friends say, Sakthi, you should really do Musical.ly, with whatever that you do. Like appa vanda I didn't really like posting pictures. I preferred videos, right? Then that's when I started Musical.ly when I was around 18 years old. So adukapro 5 years down the road, and I continuously did it just because I love doing it. Adukapro Musical.ly vanda TikTok aachu, and then TikTok became a thing in Singapore. But honestly I think at that point of time also now and I was finding for like a voice for myself. At least appa padikumbodhu I felt like creative outlets nu romba irundadilla நம்ம education system. At least enna portha varaikku I felt like I couldn't be myself. So I really needed like a creative channel, and I was like, oh wow, this Musical.ly is amazing. I can say anything I want, say whatever that I feel like. I can dance, I can mime to musical, lyrics and all that. So I got really hooked on and I really enjoyed it. நான் முதல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சது வந்து was through dancing. So I was like, what, this is great. Like I could dance like every day. Like, oh my God, because I'm not going to get a stage to dance every day. You think about it. So I was like, what, I could dance in my room and show the world. So I was like, this is amazing. That's how I started TikTok.
Bringing out your character, the real Sakthi ன்னு சொல்லலாம்.
Correct. Yeah, 100%. Amma.
ஸோ அன்றைக்கி நீங்கள் வந்து வேறு மாதிரி லைக் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டாபிக்ஸை பற்றி பேசியிருக்கீங்க and all that, and like you shared உங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சஸ் like growing up here and your personal stories and all that. Is there any sort of content that you like are your favorite type of content to post?
My favorite kind of content is definitely dance. I think dance will always be number one because I've done dance since I was 5 years old. So it's always been me, and somehow வந்து எனக்கு டான்ஸ்ல எப்பயுமே ஒரு பாசிட்டிவ் இம்பேக்ட் இருந்திருக்கு in terms of like so I used to be in Indian dance when I was in school, and then I was like the president of my CCA at that point of time. நிறைய லீட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் டான்ஸ்க்காக. People knew sometimes I can be very strict also. I remember, oh my God, when I look back when I was 16 years old, the kind of discipline I had and how strict I was with my team. Today I actually actually asked my juniors, you know, so many years down the road, I asked them, was I a bit too strict then? Like, what you guys, I was like, oh, this is crazy. But அந்த அளவுக்கு எனக்கு டெடிகேஷன் எப்பயுமே இருந்திருக்கு டான்ஸ்ல. I've always enjoyed it. So my favorite is definitely dancing.
Right. Actually, what ignited your passion for the dancing? நான் 5 வயசுல இருந்து பண்ணிட்டு
5 வயசுல
இருந்து. So like
இருந்து.
என்ன அந்த ஆர்வத்தை தூண்டி விட்டுச்சு உங்களுக்கு?
I've always been somehow, to a certain extent, good at dancing compared to studies lah. அதுவும் இல்லாம வந்து இப்போ வீட்லலாம் வந்து லைக் படிக்கிற ப்ரெஷர் நிறையா இருக்கும். But when it came to dance, right, my parents were never like, என்ன நீ ஒழுங்கா ஆடல, என்ன நீ இப்படி பண்ணல. They never scrutinized dancing.
Feedback for
Yeah, there was no feedback. நான் இஷ்டத்துக்கு பண்ணலாம். All the more they didn't want me to dance too much. And of course, you know, if someone says no, I have this characteristic that நீங்க known சொன்னா நான் அதான் நான் இன்னும் போய் பண்ணுவேன். You know, because curiosity, man, like why would you say no, right? So அந்த ஒரு இது இருந்துச்சு, like rebellious, you know, I was like, it's cool, I'm still going to continue dancing. So yeah, that's the reason why.
The dancing, were you inspired by any dancers, like, or is there like a role model you have in terms of
dance? Yes, currently Rukmani Vijay Kumar, she's that Bharatanatyam dancer. So I specialize in Bharatanatyam. And நான் 5 வயசுல இருந்து பரதநாட்டியம் தான் நான் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன். Currently is Rukmani Vijay Kumar, and then also Aishwarya Jayakumar, our local artist. You know, my God, like she inspires me so much. The amount of dedication and discipline you must have to do what she does. I've always looked up to her. Chinna vayasla, I think my dance teachers. So I've always loved the way, right, that they dress and the way they carry themselves, the way they speak. And seriously, solla porna, எனக்கு இப்ப dance discipline தான் is carrying me out through life when it comes to any form of work, you know. என்ன சொல்றது, 5 வயசுல நான் ஆரம்பிச்சும் போது my teachers were very strict. Like அந்த குச்சி வந்து அடிப்பாங்கல்ல அந்த இதுல அந்த பலகையில அது நிறைய தடவை பறந்துருக்குல்ல காலுக்குலாம்.
அந்த டஸ்டரை வந்து வீசுற மாதிரி.
நீங்க பரதநாட்டியம்னு சொல்லிருக்கீங்களா, அந்த பரதநாட்டியத்தை பத்தி என்ன particular thing draw you towards it? Or if there's a particular thing, or you like the movements and all that?
5 வயசுல அம்மா தான் போய் சேர்த்தாங்க, ரைட், பரதநாட்டியம்ல, ரைட். I think my main motivation has always been, I've always been one of the better dancers in the team. எனக்கு அதுவே ஒரு encouragementா, ஒரு கான்ஃபிடென்ஸா இருந்துச்சு, you know. I'll always end up being the leader, the dance group leader. சின்ன வயசுல வளரும் பொழுது, you know. And yeah, it's that. So அதுவே ஒரு பெரிய மோட்டிவேஷனா இருந்துச்சு. Because when it came to education, right, I wasn't like the top of the class, and that really, like, maybe it's because I've always wanted to be an achiever, you know, the way that I've been brought up and everything. So education, நான் எவ்வளோ தான் கஷ்டப்பட்டு நான் பண்ணாலும் I was never the topper. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, எவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணாலும் I cannot get an A. Especially like from secondary school onwards. But danceல வந்து I saw if I put in a lot of hard work, I could see myself just, you know,
going the long mile.
Correct. Yeah. Like, இன்னொரு விஷயமும் வந்து என்னன்னா, I've always loved the stage. The stage, the dressing up, the makeup part, everything. Like, you know, you look really good. And I feel like for Bharatanatyam is really like over the top. You know, with like, or eyeliner நாங்க நார்மலா draw பண்ண மாட்டோம். It's like dramatic. And I've always loved things that's very drama and everything, just over the top. So it's that stage stuff, you know, and the lighting. Oh yeah, a very important thing also. Stage la போகும்போது, you know, when the audience watch you, I've always loved that too. People watching. And then ஒரு dance முடிச்ச அப்புறம், you know, I've made the people, the audience happy. And then they clap for you. Right. I've loved that too. Yeah.
So the gratification is nice.
Yeah, that amma.
The appreciation for the passion you have. And ஏன்னா இப்போ நீங்கள் பேசுகிறப்ப அந்த பேஷன் தெரியுது உங்கள் கண்ணில், அந்த love for your art, for the craft in that sense.
Correct.
So yeah, that's interesting.
இவன் சாப்பாடை பற்றி பேசுவான்.
Yes.
It's fine. I'm a huge foodie too, so பரவாயில்ல.
அந்த க்ளோ என் கண்ணில் தெரியும், அது நானே பார்த்தேன் போன எபிசோட.
அவன் பேசுவா, நான் வந்து ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் சொல்ல பாப்பா say no
you wait.
okay good
I realized that I had a glow about food. So I mean, I'm passionate about food. Who isn't?
No, I love food, man. Oh my god, எனக்கு ரொம்ப
It's yeah.
It's like, you know, now like I've also been in the drama club in secondary school and all that. He also, right?
Yes, I was.
You ஒரு பேர் அடிச்ச.
Yes, I was a theatre actor previously.
wow.
Yes. I mean, current munje.
இது போய் அரஞ்ச முடியும்.
Hey,
same. Okay, so basically like நடிக்க போது right சில பேருக்கு வந்து like for me personally right, before I go on stage and about to act right, I have this sense of like nervousness, ஒரு energy இருக்கும், nervousness, அப்பப்போ I feel like nauseous and all that. ஆனா ஸ்டேஜுக்கு போயிட்டு once I start performing it's just gone.
Right.
So before I go on stage, I'm like nervous. I need to drink a lot of water. Why like dry? Then when you go there, it's like completely new. You're just in the zone. How is it for you? Like stage performance பண்ணும்போது is like a dance, right? So you know your movements and you know what you need to do all that. Huh?
Correct.
உங்களுக்கு அந்த nervousness இருந்திருக்கா?
Always, man. Always. I'll always feel nervous, you know, before going on stage. But yeah, like you said, on the stage க்கு போனோனே வந்து everything just எனக்கு என்னன்னா அந்த பாட்டு ப்ளே பண்ணோனே I get into the zone.
Okay.
So I love music in that way also. So yeah.
Okay. But like the dancing, right? Like, because okay, for me, I am not. I cannot try பண்ணிருக்கேன். ஆனா ஒரு basic 1-2 minute dance பண்றதுக்கே I did like a lot of practice to get those movements. Like, cause in the same way, right, let's say there are 10 steps. I need to go step 1, then step 1 and 2, then 1, 2 and 3. Let me மறந்துரும் எனக்கு. So like how long does it take for you to practice for a performance?
Okay, for me the thing is cause now 5 years நான் dance ஆடிருக்கேன், right? So it's only like second nature to me to dance.
Right.
So இப்ப கூட வந்து if you just show me the dance moves, I mean especially if it's Bharatanatyam, I should be able to produce it you know, pretty fast. Because you know I have that அந்த ஒரு muscle memory எல்லாமே இருக்கு. Indian dance பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் I catch it really quick lah. So it doesn't take very long, to be honest. I think learning dance, but again that's because of the amount of practice that I've done all my life, and that is expected of me, especially Bharatanatyam la வந்து when you move forward, right, as you different grades வந்து நீங்க பண்ணும்போது as you go up higher, that is also expected of you. Because the number of நிறைய sets இருக்கும் for Bharatanatyam, right? ஒரு 2 minutes piece or a 3 minutes piece எல்லாமே இருக்கும். So the teachers also, they really expect you to learn as fast as possible. சில சமயம் அவங்க leg movements கூட அவங்க காமிக்க மாட்டாங்க, just hand movements and சொல்லிடுவாங்க leg இப்படி பண்ணுங்க. So you just have to catch it.
Right.
You know, so that is actually expected of us as we grow as a dancer. It's really a matter of practice. Right. I think with anything, as you just keep practicing, right, you'll be able to catch things pretty fast lah.
It becomes a muscle memory. அது வந்து எதுல தெரியுமா நான் கத்துக்கிட்டேன், சமையல்ல வந்து because
எல்லாத்தையும் சாப்பாடு
கேளு மச்சான் கேளு. சில பேர் வந்து அந்த குப்புக்கு பார்த்து உப்பு வந்து ஒரு தேக்காரண்டி ஒரு நமக்கு வந்து அப்படியே சும்மா pinch and you know already, you know.
Actually சமைக்கும் போது is like you go by the smell and the color.
But you know, for me I know the feel already, you know how much of salt I'm putting. It becomes that
right
training.
For me I do, but சமைக்கும் போது அந்த ஸ்மெல் வரும், அதை பொறுத்து தான் இன்னும் இதை உப்பு இருக்கா, சீனி போடணுமா, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் மசாலா போடணுமா, உனக்கு போட்டு தேவை
இல்லை. எனக்கு என்ன தெரியுமா இப்போ தோணுது,
என் மூஞ்சி அப்படியே ஒரு வில்லங்கமாக பார்க்குறேன்.
பாம் ஸ்லீப்பிங் டாக்ஸ்லாம் அது கேள்வி இல்லை, மோந்து பார்த்து தான் உப்பு இருக்கா இதெல்லாம்
பிடிக்கிறேன்.
Oh my goodness.
எப்படி மச்சான்,
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ்டா. குட் பேலட், ஒரு சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஸ்மெல் அப்படியே நாய் கிட்ட இருந்து கத்துக்கிட்டேன், நாய் மாதிரி ஆயிட்டு.
Moving on from like the dancing, right, I want to touch upon about your TikTok content, right? You know, like நீங்க musically சொன்னீங்க you started and all that, but what made you actually sort of like go into that Meenamma series and all that? Like what inspired you to do that?
I've always loved good comedy. You know, வீட்லயும் அது எப்பயுமே வந்து ஒரு அளவுக்கு இருக்கும் அந்த ஒரு sense of humor. I mean, things like our parents say, I think like things that Meenamma and even Appa says, right? So வீட்ல நடக்கிறத வந்து I mean it's also a form of என்ன சொல்றது channeling I think my trauma related to that into something that's funny, you know. So when I get very triggered at home like certain things, and I do understand, I mean they're immigrant parents, அவங்க பண்ற culture வேற to a certain extent, நம்ம வளர்ந்த culture வேற, right? So வீட்ல அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் நடக்கும், I get really triggered, like என்னது சில சமயம் திருப்பியும் பேச முடியாது, right? So then that channel, like creating the Meenamma and the Appa Dramedy series really helped me to just channel it out in a good way. And I'm so thankful that the audience, like they find it entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the reason behind it. But of course, the main inspiration was the Lily Singh, the Superwoman. So I started watching her when I was around 15, 16 years old. So I was bullied in school. Appada was like the peak of my bullying, right? So it was her videos that really took me out from all that, and she really inspired me. So that's the reason behind why I do what I do. Innora vishayamum vandu enna so that like eniya mari valar people they can always relate, you know, and be like, oh enga veetla ipdha nadakudhu.
Yeah,
relatable stuff.
Yeah, basically the Lily Singh pathina sonninga, like so like when you're going through உங்களோட experiences, உங்களோட அனுபவங்கள், அவங்க மாதிரி ஒரு content creator அவங்களோட content பார்த்துட்டு like how did it help you?
Number one, I saw someone who looked like me to a certain extent. And the relatability, just Indian, you know, like wow, Indian producing content, this is amazing. Rendavathu vishayam vandu I saw a lot of like similar personality traits with her, like, you know, comedy, veetla nadakra vishayangal, gosh, you're so relatable, you know. I used to think, oh, maybe nama veetla mattum da indha marla nadakku, because school la yaar kitta poi idella nama pesuvom, right? You know, so that, and I've always loved, it was mainly humor, her sense of humor just really caught me. And எனக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம் என்ன வந்து she's a woman doing it, you know, and அந்த ஒரு பெரிய relatability, I was like, oh my god, it's like a big sister doing it,
Right.
So that's why I really look up to her. Till today I look up to her, like the journey that she's gone through and all the diversifications that she's done, you know, not just content but ஒரு book எழுதுறது. She talks about her traumatic experiences relating to being a child of an immigrant family, you know, which I 100% relate. Because என்னன்னா வீட்டில் ஒரு கல்ச்சராக இருக்கும், வெளில வரும்போது வேறு கல்ச்சராக இருக்கும். So how do you balance that? She's really taught me that, you know. And then, you know, I mean, now I think she's almost like more than 10 years in the industry and all the opportunities she's gotten. So that's what keeps me going. Like, which is what I'm very grateful for also. Like, enoda or the acting opportunity kuda, I was scouted through TikTok.
Right.
So, ஒரு 5 years TikTok journey ku appuram, I got into acting. Right? So, yeah.
So, basically, நீங்க வந்து like TikTok அடிக்கடி போஸ்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க, right? So, like நீங்க வந்து சொன்னீங்க 5 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் you are like to do acting Singapore. So, ஆனால் அந்த 5 வருஷத்தில் what motivated you to keep posting? ஏன்னா போஸ்டிங் பண்ணுறது வந்து is not a சில பேர் யோசிப்பாங்க இட்ஸ் லைக் வெரி ஈஸி, ஜஸ்ட் போஸ்ட் பண்ணி ஜஸ்ட் போஸ்ட் பண்ணி. ஆனால் யோசிச்சு என்ன பேசுறது, மக்களுக்கு என்ன பிடிக்கும், because as you build up, right, you realize that உங்களோட followers like a certain type of content and அதை வந்து you want to keep producing to give them value for following you, right? So basically அந்த ஒரு motivation இருக்கும். ஆனால் ஒரு 5 வருஷமாக consistently பண்ணுறதுக்கு like what motivated you?
For me, I'll really say it's intuition. Like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. School system la padikumbodhu I've really hated studying. You know, after O levels, right?
I don't think you're alone. I don't think it's like we got so many people here.
I don't like. It's gosh, like seriously, சொல்றேன். O levels க்கு அப்புறம் I almost stopped studying la. சும்மா அடுத்து like pass பண்றதுக்கு மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் பண்ணேன். It was to the point where I was sick and tired of studying, right? And I also felt like upper growing up, I really didn't have creative channels. Right. I wasn't even allowed to. In the school, art subject or option pursue pandradhukku or option tharla. They only gave us like 3 fixed options. Yeah, like what it was pure geog, combined humans, and yeah, with like the sciences that I took lah.
Right.
So I took sciences because I didn't want to take English literature
Right.
or economics,
Oh,
I guess at that point of time.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with pure geog, like physical and human
I did
geography.
pure geog also.
I will never forget my geography experience.
I did
it was
econs.
bad.
Really, econs ah?
Yeah, home econs.
Home econ.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
அந்த சாப்பிடுறது ஓகேடா அந்த வயசுல சமைக்கலாம் வராது
ஆமா.
I was making nasi goreng pattaya for home econs.
இல்லையா நான் என்னமோ கன்றாவி செஞ்சதாடு சாப்பாடுன்னு சொல்ல கூட முடியாது
No, but it's you know the words you were saying, right? Humans, humanities and all. அது கேட்கும்போது எனக்கு கொஞ்சம்
See, oh my god.
I did pure geog also but there's human geog and there's physical geog
Yeah,
right?
like two separate books.
Was there one you're better at?
No, I sucked them.
by chance you take history, no?
I did. So I did combine. Enga school viduvangala, like must do everything in my school. You know?
I didn't do geog, I did history. I didn't take geog at all.
So you did pure history.
Combined history.
Oh,
History cannot.
I did combined history also. On top of the pure geog, I did combined history also. Idhula vera I was doing higher Tamil also.
Okay.
So literally now 9 subjects. No lah, my school provided.
School provided.
I was doing 9 subjects actually. Pure sciences, pure geog, A maths, E maths, combined humanities. இப்ப கூட என்னால அந்த மாதிரி படிக்க முடியாது. I don't know how.
Yeah, you know, இப்ப வந்து look back பண்ணும்போது யோசிக்கிறேன் எப்படி இத்தனை சப்ஜெக்ட் படிச்சா will be like one every day. எப்படிலாம் படிச்சோன்னு தெரியல.
Serious.
Now I understand like the hatred for studies is
Yeah, it's crazy. Idhula vera my school, right? Because they are very academic. You know, it was a school that was like the top 15 or 20 schools in Singapore. So avangaloda aim enna vandu they've always wanted to raise the school higher, you know, bring it near the top 10 mari. Appada my school was really growing also. So then after that we had lectures. Can you imagine, like before O levels, right, the last 6 months we had lectures for combined humans, like history and social studies. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. வரைக்கும் lectures இருக்கும். And school வந்து in Jurong, and then I lived in Toa Payoh. So imagine 6 p.m. முடிச்சிட்டு I must take public transport back home. 1.5 hours back home. I really felt like I was working from morning to night, going to school in second. I think 7:30 a.m. I was always late to school also.
And the schooling experience you சொன்னீங்க. When I heard the word humanities, it triggered me. I was like, oh my god.
And my discipline mistress was our pure geog teacher. Yeah.
That is not a good combo.
Yeah, discipline mistress, you know, she was our geography. So there's no way of escaping her class, you know.
Right.
Maths, A maths, E maths. So we used to, especially A maths, because we'll have 2 hours of math back to back. Right? 2 hours of math. So apply we used to escape a little bit because like teacher's not that strict, she'll allow. But discipline mistress cannot, and she made it very difficult also. Yeah. You know the number of essays I've written for geography. Adliya, I was still at the bottom of the class for geography. I really was like, I was really shocked. Like, why do I need to learn human geography and physical geography? 2 separate books.
Yeah, I know. And even the human geography mandal erevilla because they teach you about the GDP.
Yeah.
For me, I was okay with physical because like I had a natural curiosity geography to understand how the earth works and I can visualize things better because of tectonic plates or okay.
Correct.
And someone at second school time was just after the tsunamis. The 2004-2005 one.
Right.
So at that time I was very curious about what is happening because until that time when tsunami ஒரு கேள்விப்பட்டதே இல்லை. And it just so happened that and the tsunami முடிஞ்சிட்டு then the few months later I was learning about tectonic plate movements and all that. So I was like, so I picked my interest because of the timeliness. ஆனா the GDP இந்த P அந்த P எல்லாம்
it is you know what is actually related to economics. So JC I did economics. You know, I don't know what I was there. I did all these subjects that's just to look smart only. Actually பிடிக்கல. But really I struggled also. But வேற choices-உம் இல்ல. You know, it's not like I could pursue dance in school. Not like my parents are going to allow to, you know, at that point of time. Yeah.
And because we had a guest recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, he was a musician.
Oh, wow.
We posted TikToks recently and நம்ம பெற்றோர் கிட்ட வந்து if like growing up, மா நான் வந்து நடிக்க போறேன், மா நான் வந்து ஆர்ட்ஸ் பண்ண போறேன், ஒழுங்கா படிக்கிற வேலையை பண்ணு.
அதான் exactly. So like
So I think it's a thing like நம்ம generation growing up and then somehow like நம்ம வந்து படிக்கும் போது like all the social media like YouTube இந்த இணையதளம்லாம் புதுசா வருது. So அந்த நேரத்தில் when it's being introduced, I think our parents also are not aware that இது மூலமா சம்பாதிக்கலாம், இது மூலமா opportunities வரும். So and we also didn't know it. So, but I'm grateful that now இப்போ future generations இது like if you ask a kid now சில பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க I want to be a YouTuber or I want to be a TikToker, அது வந்து ஒரு career.
opportunities அப்போ அந்த opportunities இருக்கு. நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி நமக்கு தெரியல, அதை படிக்கிற avenue கூட இல்லை. அந்த last cell even in like I think nowadays they're offering theatre and
but it's not accepted. இருந்துச்சு நான் ஸ்கூல்ல இருக்கும்போது தான் இருந்துச்சு, ஆனா it's not accepted. It's like only the brave people with or
supportive parents, you know, parents okay, you know.
I think small thing.
Now it's changing because our generation is becoming parents in that sense. So they understand and the struggles and they are receptive of like and I think the key thing is there's platforms to do that. TikTok and all that.
Correct.
It's a major change in that sense.
Yeah. No, honestly for me if I didn't have social media as a career, I really don't know what I would have done. Like, what would I have ended up as?
Because,
you know?
Because like, I think based on like the conversation that we're having so far, like you know that Bharatanatyam பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு சொன்னீங்க. It's like you need a creative outlet to
Yes.
There's still energy. There's some energy. There's some thought here. உங்களுக்கு வந்து இல்லைங்க இது சொன்னீங்க TikTok போடும்போது intuition இருக்கு.
Correct.
There's some form of creativity there. So அதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு outlet தேவை. Traditionally last time இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு creative outlet இருக்குன்னா டிவிக்கு தான் போகணும். இல்லாட்டி you need to find a way somehow to get into theatre.
This movie in a Hollywood.
So now grateful that there's so many opportunities. The internet opens so many doors for people and it's nice that நம்மள மாதிரி மக்களுக்கு ஒரு நம்ம energy channel பண்ண ஒரு avenue இருக்கு, multiple avenues இருக்கு. So it's nice lah. So
100%.
So speaking honestly. of TikTok, right? So we actually started conversing because நம்ம வந்து ஒரு சூரிய நமஸ்கார பத்தி ஒரு
So நேர்களே இது வந்து part 1 தான். அடுத்த பார்ட்ல வந்து we will dive deeper into Sakthi's story about yoga and all that. So do keep a lookout for that.